Namaste, it's Yen here for your weekly restorative class. I'm really looking forward to this one. I've been running around a little bit today. World seems to be picking up pace again, and I'm looking forward to having a nice restful lie down with you this afternoon or whenever it is that you are doing this class at home. I also just wanted to say a little, share a little something. Just before this class started, I watered all the plants in the studio because they still need drinks, and just thought I just started humming and having a little sing along as I watered the plants, and I found that to be a really grounding experience. So I just thought I'd share that as a little restorative tip. It doesn't just have to be taking an hour yoga class. It can be taking the time to water your plants and tend to those you care for, and that can be very restorative practice. Okay, so let's come to our feet on our mat and I'll join you. Take a comfortable cross-legged Sukhasana. Ground down through your sit bones into the floor. Close your eyes. And just let the hands relax on the knees or in the lap. Allow your fingers to be quite loose. You might like to take Gyan Mudra with thumb and forefinger touch, just as you sit and breathe and arrive. Just let the day wash off your body, wash out of your mind with every breath. It's feeling the cleansing inhale and cleansing exhale here. And I realize it is starting to change and become cooler in the days. So we're doing a couple of things that are really nice to warm the body that you can do anytime. And we'll also work through some seated postures today. I realize we're quite sedentary, and I know a lot of people spending a lot more time watching TV, movies, things like that at home. So I'm going to offer a few postures that you can take instead of sitting on your couch that are restorative versions of seated poses. So you can always take some versions of these next time you're watching a movie. So let's take the hands and give them a really brisk rub together. Build up a little bit of heat between the palms of your hands. And then cup your palms over your eyes. So you're not pressing into the eyes, just cupping the palms, letting the heat of your hand radiate and soothe into your eyes. Oh, these poor eyes that stare at the screen and all that blue light. Give them a nice rest. And then take the hands together again, give them a nice rub, building up that fire, that agni. And now cup your hands over your ears. Let the heat radiate in through the ear holes, relaxing into the brain, softening your mind and your thoughts. And release the hands, rub them together again. Friction, building heat. And place one hand on the back of your neck and one hand on your heart. Again, just feel the heat. Feel it travel through these 2 points. The central channel running through the back of your head and your heart space. Just notice the connection between the 2 points. Last time, let's rub the hands together. And swap hands, so the opposite hand to the back of the neck and the other hand to your heart. And just observe how this simple exercise of self-healing can bring so much calm and peace to the body, mind, and spirit. And release hands to prayer at heart center. Just gently bow your head, and in this space of connection, set any intention you have for practice today. And it might be something that you want to let go of rather than something you need to come in. So either way, just bringing something to mind that you'd like to work through these next 55 minutes or so. Take a deep breath in. And side out, release the hands, give them a shake. And we're going to do a little bit of Abhyanga, self-massage, to continue this self-love practice. So just take your hand to the opposite shoulder. Doesn't matter which one you start with. And just start giving your shoulders a little bit of a squeeze, a little bit of a rub. Squeezing through the upper arms, maybe even the forearms if they feel like they are a bit sore. And you can reach all the way back and help push your elbow so that you can reach all the way back to the space between the shoulder blades and just knead up along the inside of that scapular shoulder blade. In Ayurveda, the sister practice for yoga, Abhyanga or self-massage is a daily tool to help maintain health through the body, and of course then through the mind and spirit also. Swap hands. Lovely Abhyanga, self-massage on the other side. Again, these are all tools that you have at your disposal to help bring a little bit of nourishment and restorative practice to your daily life. Massaging out those typing forearms. And again, you can reach all the way down to the space along the inside of your shoulder blades and just knead out the lots of tension there. You might find a particularly juicy spot you want to stay with for a moment. And gently move on. Roll the shoulders a few times and take a deep full breath as you lift the shoulders up to the ears. And exhale, release them down. Feels so good. Two more like that. Inhale. And release. Last one. Really shrug them all the way up as much as you want them to release. And then let them go. Good. A little shake. And then when we come to all fours here on your mat, it's a little bit of a shift of the weight side to side, forward and back, just to find a nice center. And I'm just going to turn around to face you so that you can see. Taking a nice shoulder opening. Next inhale, you're going to sweep that right arm all the way up to the sky as you twist the torso a little bit. And then exhale, thread the needle. So slide that right arm all the way through onto the floor. Let your forehead, your cheek come down to the floor. And then reach the left arm forward here. So I'm not quite doing it because I'm afraid it's rubbing on the microphone. But you're reaching your left arm forward, right fingertips out to the side. Little micro movements of the hips just to juice up the stretch through the outer right shoulder, lengthening into the left arm and shoulder.
And it's also stretching out the spine, of course, and the hips. Just fully breathing and breathing fully. Coming back to that deep belly breath. But still breathing in and out through your nose. So keeping the energy flowing through the nasal passages and the nasal channels. Also, as the weather gets a little drier, it's nice to keep breathing through the nose so we don't let too much moisture escape through the mouth, which can lead to a little bit of dehydration. So you want to keep the breath flowing through the nostrils. Then bring that left hand back beneath the shoulders. Inhale, sweep the right arm all the way back up to the sky. And down to the floor, find all fours again and square it off. Second side. Inhale, left arm sweeps all the way up to the sky. Keep the extension in the fingertips as you reach that arm all the way through. Lie the outer shoulder on the floor. Head comes down. Hips square off, and that right arm can reach forward. So you get this lovely T shape happening the body. Little micro movements to find a spot that's nicest for you. Getting into the parts of your body that want to be accessed and released today. Breathe through your nose. Find your calm. And just stay. Can you soften into the shoulder girdle of the extended arm a little bit more? And then gently bring that right hand back beneath the shoulder. Inhale to sweep the left arm all the way back up to the sky. And down to the floor. So I'm just going to turn back to the side. And then I'd like you to take the hips to the heels and find your child's pose. So both arms get to stretch out now. You'll feel that nice length coming into the arms. Really feel the arms extend out of the shoulder socket. So sometimes we ask you to plug the shoulder back into the socket to get a little bit of stability, but we really want to find a long stretch and release. So extend the fingertips forward a lot. Extend the hips back to the heels a lot. And see if you can relax your forehead and heart down to the floor. Balasana, child's pose. So we're going to move a little bit through a couple of poses here just to get the body a little warmer and then come back to resting. So please inhale, rise back up to all fours. Take a little cow pose. Inhale, reach the heart forward. Exhale to round the back and come into cat. Inhale to neutral spine, and then take it side to side. So you draw the shoulder to the hip and center, and the opposite shoulder to the opposite hip and center. Take another cow pose. Inhale, lift the heart. And then Round the back, let the hips come back to the heels and take your child's pose. We'll do that 2 more times. So inhale, slowly rise up. Ripple with the in-breath through to your cow. Curl with the out-breath into your cat. Neutral spine. Use the out-breath to contract the waist and bring the shoulder to the hip one side. Inhale, center. Exhale, the other side. Inhale, center. Stay for the out-breath. One more cow on the next inhale. And use the exhale to soften back into a nice deep child's pose. Maybe you notice that we've got a little more release this round. And last round, inhale, all fours, straight into cow. Your timing as you round to cat with your exhale. Using the full breath to get to your full extension. Inhale to neutral. And use each exhale to contract the side waist and bring shoulder to hip. Return. Shoulder to hip. Return. One more inhale, cow pose. And exhale back to child's. And let go of everything here. As if the practice were this beautiful warm light melting the butter of your body. You know, that kind of image of butter when it's been out of the fridge for a little while and it's so perfectly soft and spreads on your toast just the right amount. That's what your body is melting into, the perfect toast consistency, butter softness. And again, breathing through your nose. Noticing a nice even inhale and exhale. And in restorative practice, if you like, you can focus on extending the exhale a little longer than your inhale. So bringing a little bit of consciousness into the breath. A little bit of work by focusing the mind on the breath. I'm going to take a little side stretch here now. So once again, I'll turn to face you. In your child's pose, you're going to slowly walk the hands out to the right. Keep the left hip grounded onto the left heel. Soften the head down to the floor and you can roll the forehead side to side a little bit. So the back of the neck is released. Just extend through the left fingertips and then sweep the right arm back behind you. Turn the palm face up and just let the arm drape down on the floor beside that right leg. So you're getting a cross-body stretch all the way from the right fingertips to the left fingertips. From the left fingertips to the left hip. Head is relaxed and held by the earth. It's nice even breathing through the nose. Just enjoy that gentle expansion of the breath as you inhale, and the body grows a little larger with the breath and then softens back down with the out breath. Next in breath and then out breath, and then release that right arm. Walk them both back to center and then both out to the left. Again, let that right hip stay on the right heel. Soften the forehead down to the floor. A little bit of a roll side to side. Back of the neck long. Let the left arm sweep behind you, palm face up. And just enjoy the gentle lengthening. And the mindful softening. Breath through the nose, even and full. Last breath in. And complete breath all the way out. Left hand comes back to center. Over. And slowly walk the hands back towards you as you rise up to sitting. And take the soles of the feet together in Baddha Konasana. So this is one of the seated postures I was mentioning that you can take as an alternative to sitting on the couch. Cobbler pose. If you need to pad up your seat, you can always take a blanket or a cushion so that the spine remains straight. So you'll know if your spine tends to round like this when you're sitting in this posture. If you take a cushion or bolster, something, blanket under your seat, you'll notice how it gives you a little bit more room to lengthen and straighten the lower back. So please take that option if you need it. So hold on to the ankles with the hands and slowly start to spiral the body. Using the hands to stop you from falling back as you lean back. So really nice and slow. Big circles. It's really a nice way to gently mobilize the joints. If we keep our joints and spine supple. I was reading an article about how these are the #1 indicators of aging well, having a healthy spine and healthy joints. So we want to look after them. I want to be like my aunties who are in their 90s and still moving and enjoying their families, their lives. And we'll have our yoga and slowly spiral the other way. Taking it super, super slow. practicing here on our mats, what is it like to move slower than you normally would? What do you notice about your body, about your mind when you move this slow? I find this quite challenging. And then come back to center. Move the feet out a little bit further away from the body so the diamond shape of your legs is quite wide. Inhale and lift the heart forward and up. And then exhale, round the back, shoulder blades spread apart, chin to your chest. Inhale, open it out, lengthen the front body. And exhale, round it back, opening out the back body. One more time, inhale. Shoulders back, exhale. Chin to chest, shoulders roll forward. Inhale one more time. Lifting the heart and then keeping the heart lifted, start to fold your way forward. You can take the hands around the feet or just let them rest on the floor, palms loose. And gently let your head relax towards the feet. Another option here, if you have a block or bolster, is to place the block between the feet, and then you've got something to rest your forehead on. Maybe you have two blocks and you have two blocks stacked on top of each other for you to rest your forehead on, or block and some fists. We'll stay here another 3 minutes. Make sure that you feel comfortable. And just continue working with your breath. If you enjoy the lengthening of the upper body, you can use the inhale to just gently bring the upper body into almost a cow-shaped heart lifting space, and then soften down with your exhale. And just do that a couple of times. Feel the sit bones ground back into the floor. Just allow the knees to soften down towards the mat. Just resting. Resting the body. Taking the shapes we don't usually make, which gives a rest to the muscles that we tend to use most of the time. It's a few muscles doing most of the work. So when we take some of these restorative postures, we're giving them a break and also inviting different parts of our body to start to engage in the conversation. It's in a very gentle way. Easeful breath finds more space. One more minute. Just notice if you're holding any tension in your jaw or face. Staying down, staying with the breath. Take a deep breath in through your nose, stay down. And out through your mouth, staying down in the pose. And two more in through your nose. And a mindful release. And last one in through the nose. And a mindful, long out breath release. Reach your fingertips forward and drag them back towards you super slow along the floor, keeping your chin tucked on your chest as you rise up to sitting. Use the hands on the outside of the knees to gently bring them together. And just give your knees a little squeeze and a hug here to release the inner hips. We're going to come into one more seated pose here, Upavista Konasana. So please take your legs out wide. And again, you might like to pad up your seat with a cushion or blanket so that the spine can be long and doesn't curl. You can also keep your knees bent and just find a comfortable variation of this posture for you. You might even like to place rolled up blankets or cushions under your knees for support. So it can look like this. And that's super, super nice and supportive. So this is a way that you can sit, once again, when you're in the lounge room. It can also be a nice alternative to sitting at your desk if you come down onto a coffee table, have your computer or your workspace at this height, and just take 5, 10, 15 minutes in a wide-legged seated posture. You can immediately feel the difference in the muscles that are engaged, in the spine that's released and lengthened. Take your fingertips out behind you and use them to lengthen through your spine a little more. If the legs are straight, and even if they're a bit bent, you can still make sure the toes are more or less pointing straight up to the sky. So you don't want them to fold inwards or flop outwards too much. Keep them more or less aligned to the sky. And if this feels good enough for you, just let your chin come down to the chest in Jaladhara Bandha and stay right here, please. If you want to bring this into forward fold, start to walk your hands out in front of you. And hinge from your hips as you do this. As you feel the upper back start to round, just stop right here. And once again, see if this feels like a good place for you to be. And allow the chin to come to the chest. If you want to come down a little closer to the floor, you can always take props to help you. So you can either come all the way onto wherever you feel comfortable. If you fold all the way down easily, you can use your own body or the floor. If you have props, a nice variation is to have a block and a bolster to make a ramp. And have the base of this ramp right up against your body so that you can lie. Turn your head to one side. Release your hands by either side. Always a good idea in restorative to give your fingers a little wriggle to make sure there's no tension when gripping in the hands. You can even give the fists a big squeeze. Squeeze your thumbs and then let them go. And take another couple of minutes here in your variation, so you might be still supported with the chin on the chest in a tripod with the arms forward on your props or using your own body for support. And I invite you always to find a little movement in the posture so it's never completely static. As the breath moves in and out of the body, of course, the body is expanding and contracting. So there's that movement. That breath also will gently bring a little bit of lift and softening to the posture. And you can also minutely feel a little bit of bending and extending through the legs if that serves you. A little bit of movement through the pelvis to explore the sensations there. So there's no right or wrong. You don't even need to do exactly what I'm suggesting. You can find your own way through this practice. Three long, deep breaths in through your nose, out through the mouth as you stay where you are, exploring a little more depth in the pose. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth, and one more time. Inhale through the nose, and exhale, side out. Reach your fingertips forward. And once again, stick them in that lovely juicy nectar or honey and drag them back towards you as if there's a bit of resistance to your fingers to curl back up to sitting. Use the hands to gently bring the knees bent, bring them back together, and just give them a hug to release once more. So our final seated posture, Gomukhasana. This one we bring our right knee bent and stack our left knee on top. So the full pose, cow face pose, looks like this with the knees one on top of the other, the feet out to the side, making the ears of the cow. But if this feels a little strong for you, and when you stack the knees, the sit bones start to lift off the floor, just straighten the front leg. the bottom leg, yeah? And cross the top foot on top and the foot flat on the floor. So that's the variation for the cow face pose if doing the full version isn't accessible. You can also just have that top foot still on the floor, so it's somewhere in between the two. Another beautiful option to take instead of sitting on the couch. Again, the tented fingertips facilitate a lengthening of your spine. Lifting through the soft palate, the crown of the head, softening the shoulders away from the ears. And this one's a really nice hip opening. This is a good counter pose to sitting in a chair. And if it feels good, you want to add the fold. Walk the hands forward, stopping wherever you are comfortable. If it feels comfortable to lay the torso all the way onto the knees, then you can just let the head soften down. This one's a really nice internal body massage. It's compressing, massaging all the vital organs, and then when you come out of the posture, they expand back into the body, just giving them a little hug. Deep breath in, full breath out. Inhale to rise up if you're in the fold. Tent the fingers, lean back and swap the legs over. So left leg is bent underneath, right knee stacked on top. Feet pointing out either side, sit bones grounded. Variation was to take the top foot and bring it flat, or take the bottom leg out in front with the top knee bent over the side. Lengthen through the spine, tent the fingertips. Exhale, fold if you want to take a fold. You might notice that one side is different from the other. It's good just to observe. No need to force it to do what the other side did. Just allow it to be as it is. Keep breathing through your nose. Surrendering to the posture. Deep, full breath in and out. And then release the hug of those vital organs as you expand back out. And uncross the legs. You might like to windshield wiper them side to side. And we're going to stretch it all the way out and lie down on the floor now. Coming on to your back. And taking a nice side stretch. So we bring our arms out overhead.
Shift the weight of the hips over to your left and cross your left ankle over your right ankle. Extend both arms out to your right and hold on to the left forearm with the right hand. So you're drawing that arm across the body. If you were to look down upon yourself from the ceiling, you would see you're making a crescent moon shape on the floor, stretching out the left side of your body. So as we release that very small, tight shape of our Gomukhasana forward fold, where we made a ball and crossed everything over. Now it all gets to flow freely. We release everything in this nice long shape. We'll stay here for one more minute. Your crescent side stretch. Staying with the breath in and out of the nose, just using that breath as the focal point. Letting everything else just drift around and past and through. Existing only here with your breath. And then gently release the hand, the arm, uncross the feet. Shift the weight of the hips over to your right. Cross the right ankle over the left. Reach both arms overhead to the left. Hold the right hand, forearm with the left hand, drawing that arm over. As you stretch all the way out through the right side body now. And just stay in your crescent stretch for 2 minutes. Yeah, crescent moon is my favorite. The tiding of new beginnings, possibilities. The stretch, just opening out the entire right side body. And feeling into any sensations in the body and then returning your awareness to your breath. So when the sensations arise, you notice them, let them go, come back to your breath. One more minute in your crescent side stretch to the left, stretching out the right side of the body.
And then gently release the arm across the legs. Shift the hips back to center. And curl your knees in one at a time. Give them a little squeeze. A little rock forward, back. A little rock side to side. So you release it through that lower back and sacrum. Spinal twist. Take the arms out wide. Keep the knees bent quite close to the chest. And then rock them out to your right side. Place your right hand on top of that left knee. Soften the left shoulder down to the floor. Gaze up or towards the left fingertips. Can you relax through the legs? Just allow them to take whatever position they come to. So there's no forcing here. Letting go. Letting go through any holding in the waist, the stomach area, those muscles there. And just letting the spine form a very natural, even twist. Checking in with the fingers, the tongue, the mouth, jaw, the eyes. And then gently release the hand from the knee. And bring the left knee and then the right slowly back to center. Hug both knees in again, a little bit of a squeeze and a rock. And then the knees come out to the left. Relaxing them into whatever shape feels natural. They might not come to the floor. You might like to pad them up with your props, bolster, cushion, block. Soften through your belly, allow the spine to curve. Extend and release the right shoulder down to the floor. Gaze up or towards your right fingertip. And relax here. Supine spinal twist. It is what it is. And then gently let that left hand come off the knee. Gaze back to center. And draw your right knee and then your left knee back to center. The final hug. Rock side to side. And then bring your feet flat on the floor, knees point up to the sky. Feet are hip width apart. Just square yourself in line with the mat. Spine straight. And we'll just use a little bit of breath with movement to sink into a soft, deep space for Shavasana. So please inhale your arms up and overhead with the palms facing each other. Let the thumbs come to raise the floor. And then exhale the hands back by your side. Nice long breath. Just one more like that. Exhale begins to guide the hands to your side. And inhale again. This time we're going to exhale in 3 parts. So we're going to lengthen out the out breath. So as you breathe out, just come 1/3 of the way with the exhale and pause. Exhale continues 2/3 of the way out and pause. And then the exhale completes as your hands come by your side. Good. Inhale, arms up overhead. One long breath. Exhale 1/3 of the way. Just let the breath softly pause. Exhale 2/3 of the breath. Gentle hold. Exhale it all. Another little pause before you inhale. Final time. Exhale 1/3. 2/3. Release everything out. Pause. And then just come to normal breath. Straighten the legs out. Give them a little shake. Release the ankles, knees, hips. With a bit of a rock side to side with the hips. Check that the hands face up by your sides and your shoulder blades flatten into the floor. Chin tucks just a little to the chest of the back of the neck is long. Make yourself comfortable. If you need a blanket, eye pillow, or if you know you're going to stay for Shavasana until you naturally come out of it, you might even want to pause or stop the video at this point and bring yourself out only when you're ready. And if so, thank you for joining. So just let the body, as if it was floating in space, just hover, release, and surrender. Gently coming out of Shavasana, deepening the breath. Wiggling the fingers and toes. Turn the head side to side. Stretch out overhead. And maybe hug the knees in one more time. Big squeeze. And roll out to one side. And to sleep. Hands come to heart center. Remember your sankalpa, the intention that you set for yourself. Perhaps something you called in or something you released. Bow the head, raise your thumbs to your third eye, the seat of your innate wisdom. You know what you need. Raise your hands up above you. You know you are divinity incarnate. And bow down to the earth. Thank you so much for joining and sharing practice. Namaste.